Mr. Usher, you told two of our concerned citizens for Crystal City members that Bill Bradley's land in Hugs, which is Hugs Farm, will not be used. The emails of August 29th state, this information, this is from Bob French.
Well, let me clarify what they asked. They asked if Mr. Kennedy was fed. Now, wait a minute, I get pointed in 5 minutes too. She asked if that property was sold.
You don't want an answer.
Okay.
Keep going.
Never mind, go ahead.
Next question.
According to this email, it says the information will be from Bob French to Mr. Kennedy. He said this information will be pertinent in the sale of Hugs Farm site. So the question that I have is a yes or no. Is Hugs Farm, Bill Bradley's land, going to be used or not used in the PPG land development?
That's not our decision to make. We're not in the process of buying Bill Bradley property.
Well, then why would Bob French be communicating with Mr. Kennedy about it?
That's not ours to answer, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm not buying the Bill Bradley's Hugs Farm property.
Why is Bob French talking about it? That's his business.
Bob French and Mr. Kennedy, to Bob French from Mr. Kennedy. He says also you should explain that his, meaning Bill Bradley's property, will also be developed into a large port facility with a rail track loop and sidings. If you're not discussing it, then why are your emails saying that you are discussing it? Additional, Bob French is suggesting a PR firm or Fleshman Hillard to help conclude this fight. He says, here's the name, Jim, here's the name of the firm and the contact we discussed on the phone. They were evidently very good with concluding the wholesome fight, quote unquote, south of here. Gives his name and phone number. This is from Dick Marks at PPG to Bob French and Debbie Johns. The pertinent part is, we still think we are just selling land to the city and you are deciding how to use it. Additionally, from Bob French to Dick Marks at PPG, Bob French says, the meeting on the 5th will help to alleviate most of the rumors that people have stirred up. Our strategy is for the developer, American born and raised, to reveal just enough to put the concerned citizen's mind at rest. Are you aware, Mr. Schilly, the ordinances of 1458 and 1459 are in violation of several state statutes, which require that they must be available for public inspection at least 1 week prior.
I'm aware of the law, ma'am.
Okay, as per the motion made by Councilperson Portell at the last meeting, is it still your intention to have the feasibility study conducted before closing on the PPG property?
You will find out this evening, ma'am.
Are you aware that your new city attorney is advising the city clerk not to release some emails to the public that are considered public record information?
We take our city attorney's advice, ma'am.
Is it still your contention that no city funds are being used for this project?
Yes, ma'am. Time is up.
No,
There will be order. I'm telling you, there's 5 minutes. I give you 5 minutes.
One minute.
I'm sorry.
Turn her mic off.
Shut
up and you're here.
Folks, we're all on the same side.
No, we're not.
Go ahead.
Debbie Johns and Bob French worked on the Unified Development Board of Jefferson County, part of the master plan for the county. Among things like protecting the environment and preventing new construction in high disaster areas, for example, like building an iron ore pipeline from Sullivan to Crystal City through the New Madrid fault line, it references the need to make sure any new industrial areas should be placed in low population areas to avoid public exposure to hazmat disasters. It specifically states that the local environment should not be disturbed in order to keep a small town area.
Time's up.
That's it. I'm telling you, I'm sticking by my guns on this. And time is up. Now we will move on to city business. Order. We will move on with city business.
Yeah. What are you afraid of, Mayor Shirley?
Good Lord. Now listen. This council, I want to speak speak with this council and to the citizens. There's two issues. There will be order, or I will have people removed. Captain, there will be order. Two issues were raised by Councilman Fortel's motion passed by the council at his October the 8th, 2007 meeting. A, the possible delay in closing of the sales agreement with PPG for purchase of 250 plus or minus acre site, now set for closing in mid-December 2007. B, review by the council of possible development proposals other than Wings Enterprise pursuant to the lease agreement signed on September the 10th, 2007. The council has now heard from legal counsel on both of these issues and the possible legal ramifications of further pursuing either of them. The council has also substantial opportunity to address many questions with Mr. Kennedy of Wings Enterprise. What is the council's pleasure on the first issue regarding proceeding to closing of the sales agreement with PPG? Does the city risk the possible loss of property both now and in the future, and also risk litigation for possible breach of the city's obligation under the sales agreement to proceed in good faith? Do we reaffirm our intentions to go forward in good faith, to engage in the due diligence under the sales agreement in anticipation of closing in mid-December of 2007? What is the council's pleasure?
Mr. Mayor, I move that the city not take any actions to intentionally delay the closing of the sale of agreement with PPG and reaffirm at this time to PPG our intentions to go forward in good faith to satisfy all issues and conditions required by the city in its exercise of its due diligence under that sales agreement in anticipation of closing in mid-December 2007.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. Discussion. All in favor?
Discussion.
We gotta be fair.
It's not good all night. It's not really funny.
Go ahead.
Yes, it is. Let them act childish.
Go ahead, Ms. Fortel.
Use the microphone.
May I ask each council person that voted for the proposal October 8th, what's changed your mind since October 8th? Have you received some other information or something that you could share with me? Mr. Usher, may I ask you that individual? I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I sat here Monday night till 11:30, quarter to 12. I heard every answer that you heard. I was satisfied. I have been on very comfortable with this project until that night, and there was a few questions raised. In my estimation, they were answered fully. I am very happy with this project. That's why I am going to vote for it.
I see. All right. May I ask, Ben DeClue, are you changing your mind?
Point of order. You know, point of order, I don't believe you question anybody, councilman. We discuss it and then we vote.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm still new to this.